Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about Chapter 9 and Chapter 10 questions for the video quiz. So for Chapter 9, I'm going to start with Chapter 9 and go through the 4 questions first. So Chapter 9, it's question 1. So what was the key idea or ideas that stood out to me in this chapter the most? So proper delivery. So delivery is key. So you always want to make sure that when given a speech that your delivery is meaningful. Also making sure that when given the speech that the volume of your voice is good, eye contact with the audience, and making sure that you're connecting with them. So that was the key ideas for me for Chapter 9. So what did you learn in this chapter that you did not know before reading it? So I did not know that there was 4 specific deliveries when giving a speech. So I thought that was really cool that there's different ones that you can do when giving a speech. So why are those ideas important to public speaking? So it's important that you make sure that your delivery lines up with the speech that you are giving. So if you're giving an important speech that is super important to the audience, you want to make sure that you're not doing like an impromptu speech, basically meaning like you had no preparation for it. You want to make sure that you don't do that, especially if it's a speech that's like very important for the audience. You have to make sure that the speech you're given has the right balance of delivery for the audience. So question number 4 for Chapter 9. Let me see what the question is. How can they be used in other areas of your personal and or professional life? So having some sort of delivery in your professional life can help you seek higher positions at your job. So you just want to make sure that you think over how you're going to approach your managers and owners in order to get that better position. So it's all about how you deliver yourself, all about how you talk to them. If you're, preparing what to say, you just don't want to go in with a blank mind. So, that's how it can go with your professional life. All right, Chapter 10. So Chapter 10, question 1. What was the key ideas that stood out to me the most in this chapter? So the visual aids are important when using delivery for your speech. And it should not only just be using any visual aid, but there are guidelines to using an effective visual aid. So what did you learn in this chapter that you did not know before reading it? That's question number 2. So I did not know how serious it was to use a correct visual aid. I thought you could use any visual aid no matter what it was, like it really didn't matter. But you just have to make sure that that visual aid is good for your speech. So if you're doing a presentation, you need to make sure that the font is good and that you're not using, pictures that blind the audience or pictures that are true dual. You want to make sure everything is perfect, especially when using a visual aid, because that is what's going to get them to be more interactive in your speech. So question number 3, why are these ideas important to public speaking? So it's just important to use a good visual aid for the audience so they do not get bored or they don't go to sleep on you when you're giving a speech with constant talking. Imagine just listening to me for 45 minutes and I didn't have any visual aid of what I was talking about. It just kind of gets boring. So you just kind of want to show what you're talking about so that they can get more, interactive with you. So question number 4. How can they be used in other areas for your personal or professional life? So let's say you're advertising like an awesome sale at your job. So let's just say, you're doing this big sale, but you don't have like a visual aid of what you're actually selling. So you're telling people, but you're not showing the actual advertisement. So that's going to make it seem like, I don't know if I want to buy this because the person's not advertising it right. They're not showing me a picture. They're not showing me what it looks like. They're not showing me how it is effective. So it's not going to make people want to buy from you. So you just want to make sure that the visual aid that you use, whether it's your professional, personal, or when you're public speaking, you just want to make sure it's effective for the audience. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening.